Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, only one of us here is drinking a Yankee cup filled with vodka. We'll see who it is by the end of the episode.
I did enough drinking this weekend, brother.
Yeah, you were on what, a fucking boat?
Platoon boat. Is it platoon or plantoon?
It's neither. There's no L.
It's actually plantain.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
You
it's
were
a
on-
delicacy.
You were on
boat?
a pontoon.
Pontoon boat.
Not plan, not anything else. And who did you go with?
Jesse knows somebody who got the boat. I think one person gets it, and then you pay per head. So it's like $25 up front, and then another $50 when you get there.
And you wear the life preserver around your neck the entire time?
Yeah.
It's like you ever see those like baby things where they float in the pool or just that? That was
Straight neck
just...
race weekend.
And it looked like there was no rules because you were driving the boat, I feel like, at one point.
So I was driving the boat at one point. The guy was like, bro, like, you can keep talking. I'm not going to respond. Like, there's always someone who kind of, like, heckles the driver. And I was making him crack up. He was trying to keep a straight face so he'd be able to ignore, like, 2 or 3 jokes. And then I was getting through to him, so he's letting me screw around.
All right, now I have a question. Do you drive a boat?
Yeah. You steer. Nah, you
I
steer.
feel like it doesn't sound right.
Drive a boat.
Driving a boat.
Yeah.
Nah,
Like you captain a boat, do you...
You steer it. You drink on a boat, dude. That's what you do.
Cruise on a boat. I don't know.
But it was a good time.
Very good.
And that's why you missed yesterday's filming?
I had to make an executive call at 3 p.m. to continue drinking, and I wasn't going to be able to sober up and get back, so I said, let's just double down on this.
But you texted me though, at least, which was good.
I did. Hours before.
No, you didn't.
It's like 3 hours before.
No, you didn't.
3 or 4 o'clock, I texted you.
No, you didn't.
I had to have.
You didn't. Why would I text you at 6 being like, yo, what time you coming?
Hold on. Yeah, because I texted him earlier saying that I wasn't going to do it.
You may have thought.
Going on a boat cruise could maybe do 7 or 8. And then just me and you. I said, oh, I'm not going to make it back 20 minutes before. Sorry.
Yeah, it was like I gave you hours in advance.
Hold on. Do you believe me when I tell you this? I had a conversation in my head.
Oh,
and
I
believed
definitely
it
believe that.
to happen.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I was cooked too. I mean, dude, that sun yesterday was nothing to fuck around with.
I got no sunburn, SPF 100, multiple applications.
Dude, we went to a birthday party, and the most you had to be there in the moment, shit happened to me, and I think only Emily and like one other person saw. I'm in the it's like a sick backyard pool, the whole 9. Like the girl's family friend was DJing music, so it was like your type of like Gun Sock's greatest hits, music mixed in with some new shit. I have the Rafiki tank top on.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, yo, some of you guys are gonna know this. Plays the Lion King, right? So I'm like vibing out, just like chilling. Like all of Emily's friends that are there are like cool as shit. I look across. It's the girl's birthday party. Her fiance, who's also cool as shit, was like, I was like, yo, like drinking. All of a sudden, a volleyball from the pool volleyball thing is like coming right towards. I'm like, yo. Literally, light touch, perfect. Like, back to the other side of the thing. A few more volleys, our side scored. I look around, I'm like, did anyone just see all of the things that happened? And he's like, I literally saw all of it. I'm like, I could die right now.
You need to go home.
Yeah, party's over.
Party.
But the heat yesterday, dude, we got home. I'm not totally upset you didn't come because I passed out.
That's our type of luck. Like, I fuck up, but you didn't actually want to.
I would have had to man up, so I wasn't totally disappointed. I wasn't like,
that's what you were saying
You're
about
okay with
the text. Like, yeah, if you're not already on the way, don't
you were
even
okay
bother.
with it.
I was definitely okay with it.
You were okay with it.
But a text would have been nice though.
Well, you got one. It just was 20 minutes in advance.
I just checked and I didn't, but I still think I did.
Yeah, you're like, I feel like I did and deleted it, and you also deleted it and forgot.
I feel like the iPhone's messed up.
Yeah. All right, but we got Dave back in the house, talking at-home gyms. We've been in quarantine for what, since March 15th?
120 days.
And I said this to you in this, or you said this to me when you first time. You're like, yo, do you want to borrow my dumbbells? Like the
The loadable ones.
Loadable metal Olympic style dumbbells. Is that
Yep.
how you describe them?
Yep.
And I'm like, nah, I don't need them. I'm gonna be fine. A month goes by, and I'm like, fuck it. I don't know what's going on. Like, send them over. And me and Emily have Lifetime. You guys have both been in Lifetime.
Yes.
You guys
Yep.
are both
I was
members there.
remember.
Yeah. I was like leading the fucking parade. Like, I swear by Lifetime, it's the fucking best. The pool, they have everything there. Like, I literally love
Great
it.
facility overall.
Phenomenal. And after a month of like using the dumbbells and doing like makeshift workout where I'm like squatting on like that yoga mat, I started talking to Dave. I'm like, like, how much is it for this thing? What do I need? What's like if I'm gonna do? And we just started going down this like rabbit hole. And you fast forward a few months, and I'm like, yo, you know what? I've been stuck at home. I've had to weigh all my options. Like, getting a home gym is the fucking move. And for a litany of reasons. But I think one thing that you brought up, Dave, that, I think a lot of people probably fall trap to is, like, they make their at-home gym, and they don't get good shit.
Yeah.
So they don't want to work out at home.
So one of the main reasons home gyms fail.
Yeah.
You have to be passionate about working out in the first place, right? Like, either there are the people that are members of gyms because they want to just be a part of a gym. There are people that are avid lifters, avid runners, whatever. So if you're a runner, like, you can do a lot of stuff outside. You can get a lot of things done year round. But if you're talking about strength training, you're going to need to do certain things. Where most people fail with home gyms is they don't even give themselves a shot. What I mean by that is you end up buying like some equipment, but you tend to buy things that you think will work in the house that you can do during other things. So there's two aspects of it. One, you're either the recumbent bike person, where you're like, well, I want a cardio piece of equipment, so I'm going to get a recumbent bike so I can sit in the living room, I'll hop on it while I'm watching TV, and you've never even used it in the gym ever either. Like, you haven't.
But they're going to start.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? If I spend
watching
a couple $100 on this, I'm going to watch it during TV. Which most times home gyms turn into expensive closets. Like, that's where you hang clothes, where you hang things while they're drying, whatever.
100%.
So, one, you're buying things that are unrealistic to that. And then two, which is the part that most people can't wage for, is they makeshift it and they cut a lot of corners. Like when you're talking about like your hamstring, you're like, I'm the guy that's trying to cut corners and get through this fast. It's like the saying in the fitness equipment industry and the home gym industry is buy once, cry once.
Yeah.
You're going to spend a lot of money to get your home gym, but you're only going to do it once. So you better get the stuff that makes sense for you. Like, you're going to want, if you're getting whatever piece of equipment, make sure you're getting good, reputable ones. Make sure you're getting stuff, like, iron doesn't go bad. Steel doesn't go bad. Like, these things aren't going to let you snap and break. So it's like, you're going to buy once, you're going to spend a decent amount of money, and you're going to be upset for that little amount of time, but you're going to have that for the rest of your life. But you also will need a dedicated space, and you need to understand what you can apply within the realm of what you have. So it's like, don't make the corner of your one dining room your
The
gym.
fitness area.
Like, you're never going to use that. So,
Okay, so there.
Oh,
All right,
you're
so
eating a
there's.
burger, you hop over,
Yeah,
get a couple curls in.
yeah.
Let's say you're watching Netflix. You're like, the gym is open.
Yeah. Rocky's on TV, so let me do some curls.
Okay, so there's a lot here, and I'm sure, especially now, a lot of me being the most regularist guy that there ever is, like the go-to emoji, like regular human. If I'm and I was leading the parade.
You are literally the yellow emoji.
I know,
Like the
dude.
standard one that you get before you can decide.
I know.
You're that.
I know. So I think my comedy routine has evolved from video game characters. Like, I'm the guy you start with. Some people will get that, but everyone gets emojis. Like, oh, you made your own emoji. Yeah, I'm the guy that you start with. So I think that'll hit home more with the crowd.
Sure, that's good.
I don't even know what the fuck was I saying.
You said there was a lot that we were talking about.
Because I was the guy. If I'm like a regular, normal thinking person, and I'm leading the parade on Lifetime, and now I've done the total 180 where I'm like, yo, you know what? Like, it just like
You don't stand for anything anymore.
flip flopper, dude.
Yeah.
Flip flopper,
Dude,
flip flop.
flip. Like the benefits. So this is for me personally. One, obviously you're saving money. So if you're going to a gym there's 3 tiers of gyms, I would say.
Yep.
You have your $5 a month nonsense gym.
Yeah. You have your Planet Fitness.
You have your 100 Planet Fitness retros that are out there for $20 a month. And then you have your elite Equinox, Lifetime, higher end.
Well, I'd say
gyms.
there's the interims are the $10 a month gym, the Planet Fitness. That is the mass consumer. We're gonna bet on the fact that you're not gonna come here,
Yeah.
but we're gonna guarantee that
Like
you
you
keep
sign
the
up just to feel
membership
good.
because it's only $10 a month. And you're like, well, even if I didn't go, it was only $10. So like,
It's
I'd
worth
rather
the risk of if I want to go.
correct. I'd rather keep my membership. So they're betting
It's a good
on
business model.
Yeah, they're betting on let's
harder
have
to cancel
thousands
than
of
it is to
people.
pay.
Let's have thousands of people sign up, and only 4 to 5% engagement. Then there's the middle tier, like if you're getting a higher LA Fitness one, or you're
New York
going
Sports
to
Club, something like
Like
that.
retro? Are you
yeah, like a
doing
New York
retro on that?
Sports Club. If you're retro would still be in the lower tier, and if you're doing like the in town, usually every in town
Like
place
Iron Culture?
every in town
Yeah,
has like
yeah.
a place that's a gym fitness facility. Those are like 60, 70, 80 bucks a month. Then you have your Equinox and Lifetime. Like Lifetime is even like,
Lesser than Equinox,
125 a month. Equinox can range anywhere from $230 a month to $425 a month.
So let's say, we were spending, okay, so benefits of having home gym, you're saving that money monthly. So for Emily and I, you're talking $200 a month, which is
Yeah.
not a small chunk of change.
Yeah, which like you'll pay. It's almost like a business model. Like you'll pay that off in the first 18 months of you owning it, right? So like
Yeah, I was gonna
businesses
ask
generally
how long
don't.
to get that.
I
Yeah.
want to jump into that.
So businesses generally don't go into the green for at least 18 months when you open a business. For the
Correct.
most part, they're
Yeah.
generally non-profitable until that mark.
Yeah.
It's very similar with a home gym purchase. Like you're spending thousands of dollars to start out, but if you equated that to your amount of money that you spent per month on your gym membership, etc.,
Year and a half.
yeah, it's about
Okay.
a year and a half later, 2 years that you recoup that.
Okay, so you get a year and a half, let's say it's a year and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you also save, which I don't think a lot of people think about, is time. Obviously people know like, oh, time is valuable, you can't get time back, right? But the amount of time that you actually get back from not having to drive and you get to, sleep in, right? When I'm done working out, you just come upstairs or from your garage, whatever. You can make food. Like if, God forbid, there's an emergency or something, you're just here. Everything is here. So there's benefits there too. Now, there's a lot to talk about, I imagine, with like this topic. So I do want to, I want to try to keep it linear, just for the people listening at home too, and also from my own knowledge.
Totally.
I would say, like you said, you can't just pick a corner of a fucking room and be like, I'm going to do deadlifts here, and
Yes.
also this is where I do Netflix.
Yes.
So I would say, like, where should you set up? Like
Good
a
question.
spare room, a bedroom?
Basement,
Obviously, if you have an
garage.
extra room, do it. But
Rule one is make a dedicated space.
How much?
Make it dedicated. Whatever you can afford, right? I think there's a difference. Like if you own a studio in New York City or you own a 5-bedroom house out in the suburbs, like you have different levels of what you can afford from a space standpoint to give away. But you have to have a dedicated space that is just that, right? You can't mix it in to
so it's only that.
It's just for that purpose.
So I can't, like, when you guys leave here, like, move the couches away and then make this my push-up
You
area.
could, but it's rare that you're going to engage in exercise when you have to make those accommodations.
Okay.
You generally won't. It's one more hurdle that's in the way. And what happens is, that with working out, like, you need to have a dedicated space to where it's like, okay, when I'm in this room, so, like, it's perfectly the example why I told you that we got rid of a TV in our bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, we got rid of a TV in the bedroom because when you're in the bedroom, you're doing one of two things.
We're not watching TV if you don't know what I'm
You're doing
saying.
one of two things. You're sleeping or the other thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
What's the other?
TV.
homework.
That's
So
it.
you're sleeping or the other thing, right? You're
Yeah.
not in there watching TV. That's an entertainment factor that's outside of the room.
Yeah.
So you don't want to drag that into there. That space is dedicated for those two things. So when you're talking about like your house, a gym, whatever, like you have to have a dedicated space. So like you were talking about with people when it comes to getting to the gym, you're saving so much time from the travel. But the most difficult part about going to the gym is just getting there.
Walking.
Once you're there, you're like, okay, cool. Like I'm gonna do my stuff. I'm already here.
So it's so easy to
I might as well
go
go.
to a home gym.
Correct. So if you don't have a dedicated space for it, where you can
where to
mentally check in, you're setting yourself up to fail.
In a perfect world, right? Because there's I'm sure like it goes like this.
Unless
right?
you have extreme discipline.
You can't have, I would say, a 2 foot by 2 foot space is obviously too small. Obviously. What is like if you can get at least this, if you can get at least this size of an area, you're going to be in good shape.
Honestly,
what do you have?
I have 12 by 12.
No.
Bigger than
It's got to be bigger than that. It's going to be 12 by 15, no?
No, it's 12.
We have downstairs is 12 by 12.
Mine's 12 by 12. I told you that.
Well,
Okay, so if you have
And I
12 by
fit
12,
a lot
you
of
are
stuff in.
set.
A lot of stuff in there.
If you have 12 by 12,
144 square feet fits a lot of stuff.
Okay, so let's
Your general fitness club is like 25 to 30,000 square feet.
Yeah.
My 144 square feet has more packed into it.
Yeah, 100%.
In a comfortable way.
100%.
Not like jam packed, but in a
I
comfortable
don't
way
believe you that's
that you
12
can
by
get
12.
everything done.
I think he's lying. I'm measuring this.
I
That's
think
1,000
it's bigger
square
too. It looks pretty big. I've been in it. It's big.
It's big.
It's
It's
100
bigger than downstairs.
It's 144 square feet.
I still think you're lying. All right.
Okay.
So let's assume you're not lying to your friends. And 12 by 12.
On national broadcasted syndications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, as a non-professional, agree that size that we have in the basement, that you have, you can fit a shit ton.
A lot.
Like a tremendous amount.
A lot.
Okay. So if you have 12 by 12,
Honestly, if you had a 4x4 space, you could do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Even if it's just like, hey, I got dumbbells and a bench.
okay.
There's so much you can do with that.
So let's talk about that. Let's go over like equipment. I would imagine obviously is going to be important for people listening. We do have a few questions that we'll eventually get to, but
Yep.
like I guess you're right, dude. You have to have discipline to go because you can buy all the most expensive fucking.
It doesn't matter. You have to be able to do it. So what I'm going to lead into is I think is the question that you're going to ask is you need to find out what your 10% is. And here's what I mean by that. When you sign up for a gym, you generally sign up for a gym for about 10% of the stuff, right? So like they sell you on the entire 30,000 square feet, but you only use these 12 to 15 machines and it's one other spot, right?
Hot tub.
You're only using
Just what to say.
Hot tub.
But think about it.
Hot tub and redo your bathroom.
Hot tub and-
No, but think about it, right? So like you're talking about, oh yeah, a sauna. Okay, you could buy a sauna online for $2,000, like a legit
Yeah.
in-house sauna
One
for
person,
$2,000.
yeah,
you could
yeah.
buy a legit in-house sauna for $1,200 if
Yeah.
you wanted to.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I gotta have a personal sauna at my house that I don't have to worry about anyone else stepping into. That's just for me.
Sweating.
That I can hook up Bluetooth and listen to whatever music I want to
Fuck, that sounds
in my house. And after 12 months, I'm spending $100 a month, and after that, it's free.
Okay, so you're
No
saying
brainer.
before someone buys equipment, figure out
What is your 10%? What are the amenities? Because if you think about it, like if you look at your general like Lifetime, look at Lifetime. Lifetime's got all the amenities in the world.
Yeah.
But what they do when they sell you on a membership is they identify what are the things that matter to you.
Yeah.
Lifting, maybe at the daycare,
Yeah.
maybe you don't lift, maybe you don't run,
rock
maybe you don't know that,
basketball there or
maybe it's
something.
rock climbing, maybe it's the basketball league,
And they just
maybe you
go
don't do
nuts
any
on
of that. Maybe
The
it's the
pool.
outdoor swimming pool for the family section.
I miss that.
So they're not trying to sell you on the entire facility. They're trying to sell you on the one or two amenities that you have and make you rationalize why that $125 a month is worth that.
Okay.
So for you, it's what are the things that I do that matter to me? What is my 10% of that facility that I love to do? Maybe it's a treadmill. Maybe it is I do a lot of heavy dumbbell work. Maybe I like going in the squat rack. Maybe I do like it's the sauna. Like, what is your 10%?
Yeah.
And that's where you start.
Yeah, I mean, I would say most people, dumbbells has got to be in there, right? Like a set of adjustable dumbbells has to
hope.
be. It has to be.
I would hope.
A pair of
Dumbbells.
552s.
Yeah, dumbbells or adjustable dumbbells if you don't have the footprint. If If you don't have the space for a whole rack of dumbbells, then yeah, adjustable dumbbells are easily the
Or
way to go.
loadable. No one's putting
No, and that's exactly it.
a
Like
rack of
the problem is
fives and tens.
so you'll go.
15s.
People will look at stuff like a Bowflex 552s, and they're great. I own them. They're great dumbbells. You own them. They're awesome. But God forbid you drop them and you screw the crank up, then you need a new pair. So it's nice to have loadable ones too. Like, so if you're just starting out and you're not, like, here's the thing. If you're starting out with a home gym, don't go nuts at first and spend thousands of dollars to try and figure out if you're actually going to utilize
What's a
home
good
gym.
number? It's obviously it's a question that's like, so vague, and there's
You should
so many
spend a
different-
couple $100s at first, just to see, like, is this something that I can
Am I actually
legitimately
working out and using
Yeah,
what I bought?
like, am I buying a legitimate bench, not a rickety,
Yeah,
cheap
mine's
discount
rickety.
bench from Walmart? Am
Mine's
I
all
buying a
rickety.
legitimate
Just
bench?
from Walmart.
Am I buying legitimate weights that I can actually utilize? Right? Because it's one thing to say, like, hey, I need bands for my house. That's great, but bands are not
Those are like
heavy weights. If I'm
supplemental.
used to bench pressing 100-pound dumbbells, bands are not going to replicate bench pressing 100-pound dumbbells. It's just not. So are you even giving yourself the chance to engage and see is the home
So you
gym
would say-
lifestyle something I can do?
So you would say loadables. A few
Loadables.
$100 on loadable dumbbells would probably be at the top of the list, and a bench that doesn't
Well, yeah,
fucking
because
suck.
I mean, listen, if you're buying from a certain place, you could buy loadable dumbbells that go up to like 75 pounds with the weights that'll go on it, and it's maybe like $100 and something dollars. Most places, when we're not talking about COVID, weight is going to cost about $1 a pound, generally.
Yeah.
Right now, because of the pandemic, earlier in the pandemic, it was going for like $3 to $4 a pound.
Yeah,
now
but
it's
that
still going
shit
for
was
$2 a
nuts.
pound.
So
That is not.
100-pound dumbbell. That's $200 for the pair of them, or $100 for the pair of them.
It's
No.
$2 per pound of steel that you're buying.
So if you bought two,
So generally, on the aftermarket, it's $1 per pound is what you should be paying.
Gotcha.
Right now, they're selling them for $2 per pound. And in the beginning of everything, they were selling them for like $4 a pound. So if you had 100 pounds of weight, they were charging you $400 for that. So it would have been
Wow.
like $800 for a pair of 100-pound dumbbells, which
Crazy.
is bonkers.
okay, so definitely some sort of adjustable,
I would
loadable
suggest
dumbbells,
Yeah, adjustable dumbbells, loadable
and a
dumbbells.
solid bench.
And a solid bench.
If someone, so for me,
Again, if we're talking strength training, which everyone should be doing, that's what you're looking at.
non-professional, if someone was like, I have $500 to spend to start my home gym, I would say loadable dumbbells,
Agree.
a solid bench.
Agree. And the last thing I would add is a legitimate pull-up bar. Not the door frame pull-up bar. Not the one that cranks on your molding. Like, don't make your home gym turn into a run to Home Depot. Like, don't put
Yeah.
your thing in the door frame, rip the door frame up because you bought a cheap pull-up bar. Buy one that you can legitimately screw into the wall. And you
have to
can
fall
really
off.
do actual pull-ups on.
But would it be okay?
Or
So what about if
actual
you're
You
just
have to
setting?
fall
But what
off
if
of
you're
a door
setting
frame,
up?
chin-up
What
bar
if
at
you're
least
setting
one
up
point
in?
you live.
If you have a studio apartment and you can't,
I mean, you can like.
I'm
yeah,
not saying the door handle one. Like, would you recommend a power tower? Like, yo, just get a power tower, even though it is going to be more money, but you'll have the stability.
No, I think that at that point,
You'd rank the door pull up. You'd rank the perfect pull up over the power tower in that scenario.
yeah, because you're not going to have the clearance from a height standpoint most of the time.
If you did. If you had eight.
If you have a studio apartment, you don't have the footprint to bring in a power tower. Unless
you
you're
don't even have
unless
a
you're
fucking
you.
door. You don't even have a door.
Yeah, unless you're like a psycho like you, then you'd be like, yeah, sure. But
Yeah,
at the
I'd
same
be
time,
heavy on those power
that's the
towers,
problem. Like, you don't listen. How many
Just something to pull up.
like gym fails have you seen of people falling off door frame pull up bars?
Dude,
And
when I
how
do
many
it-
how many gym fails have you seen of people having the pull up bar rip out of their wall? Almost none. Like, it's always the door frame.
Yeah. Dude, I was thinking about putting one in the, like, taking the, you know the ceiling you have in your basement?
Yep.
And ours is the
Yep.
fucking whatever. I was thinking of getting rid of that and just drilling into
Into the
the
floor
stud.
joists?
Yep. Or whatever they are. One of those fucking bars. And just having that there so that there's no, so that I can at least do that. Because because I do agree with you. Having a legit pull-up bar that isn't fucking rickety.
I mean, you
as
could.
shit.
I just wouldn't do that with the floor joists.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they important? Do they hold up the house? Or...
Yeah, I wouldn't want to ruin the integrity of the boards that allow you to stand.
Yeah, you're probably right. Emily, don't listen to that. She don't even listen to this. I don't even know what she just like, takes naps. God, you and your boys and just
Naps.
filming.
But yeah, I mean, I would.
Okay, so a legit pull-up bar, a legit bench, legit loadable dumbbells.
That gives you.
Those are necessary.
Yeah, if you're doing strength training and stuff, yeah, I think it gives you lots of options, and then you could get like the smaller things that allow you more flexibility from like a warm up and a cool down standpoint. Like you could buy a $10 foam roller on Amazon. You can get mini bands to go around your legs for certain exercises for like $20. Like then you're talking about
Like the
accessory
leg
type
band
things,
things? Not
the
the-
mini bands that'll go around.
Okay. Now, let's say, all right. What about the squat stand? Because we've been going back and forth. Or what about brand actually?
Brand.
Because there's right now, there is a fucking litany of shit. So I've been obviously from our past conference, the past few months, I'm searching almost every day. You know, squat stand, dumbbells. So my phone just gets hit with these ads, and some of them are legit, like Titan and all that. But then some of them are, like they almost look too good to be true, and I'm like, someone's going to buy these. Yeah. Some idiot is going to pay $900 for this.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of like shiesty shit out there right now because the demand is just through the roof.
Well, most people don't understand like the materials that are involved or what, like, you're not going to know what gauge steel matters for certain things.
Wait, say that again?
You're not going to know like what the gauge of steel that on your rack or your squat stand matters. Or some people also overvalue that stuff. So one, I would suggest that you support American brands. Like if you can buy American products and American strength equipment, do that. Like I think if this pandemic has showed us anything,
100%.
and it's politics aside, like pandemic showed us anything, we need to have more stuff in-house in the country because we end up running into things where we can't buy stuff. So like I would support American brands first and foremost.
So like what are some so
if you're talking about
is Rogue, is that American brand?
Rogue's based out of Ohio. Yep. So Rogue's an American brand. If you were talking about like I want to get, if money's not an object and you're like I want the Rolls Royce option of gym equipment, you're going with Sorinex, which is based out of South Carolina. They outfit like the U.S. Air Force. They outfit
what's this stuff?
Every main university in the country for the most part. Like every pro program is Sorinex.
What about Life Fitness? Isn't that the brand that like a lot of gyms use?
Yeah, but Life Fitness is also based out of Asia.
China. Yeah. Okay, so Rogue,
I
Sorinex.
believe it's based.
Sorinex.
Yeah. Sorinex. They do strength equipment and then they do outdoor stuff too. So they work with
like patio furniture.
No, like like bows, outdoor hunting gear.
Yeah. Like a rugged dicks kind of deal. Like sporting goods, not the penis.
I love that you said rugged dicks, and I was like, okay, that was a weird way to put it.
Yeah. Like a high end, like because they have like the hunting section and
no, like Sorinex is like the specialty brand that they outfit facilities.
Okay.
They're like legitimate
commercial
strength stuff. It's not. Yeah, it's not like a place that you would go to. Like you have to special order your stuff.
What about Titan?
Titan is made in China, imported here.
Made in China, imported.
That's
here.
why it's a cheaper brand.
Frey,
right? Like Frey is also same thing.
Same deal.
Rep Fitness, same deal. A lot of those brands where you'll get good stuff, but again, like I said, if you're
what are the American ones? Right now we have Rogue and
Sorinex are the two big ones that you're talking about, and then you have other brands like Kabuki Strength out in Oregon.
Strength.
Oregon? Yeah.
What's their
and that's
deal?
pricey.
Well, they're just more like they're specialty towards like strength and power lifters.
Yo, do you think that because of all this shit that's going on, there'll be more manufacturers popping up of like mid-range, not fucking?
I'd hope, but
high-end.
work is work and products are products, right? Like steel costs a certain amount of money. What you're seeing is people are going to like these steel fabrication shops. So these fab shops that would normally be doing specialty steel items for hardware or car parts or whatever, and they're saying, hey, can you make me dumbbells? And people are getting like custom dumbbells for $1 a pound at a fab shop in like Montclair, New Jersey, or
what about,
which is awesome.
What about those cement dumbbells we were looking at?
Oh, the concrete ones?
Bro, we were looking online. He sends me a picture. It's like, yo, someone's literally trying to sell these. You know when you go to the Home Depot and you buy like Quickcrete?
Yeah.
It's like a bucket of some dude fucking jimmied it all up, stuck a metal pipe in it, let it harden, got another one, stuck a metal pipe in it the other way.
Yeah.
60-pound concrete.
Weighted, whatever weight it was, he wrote that.
Correct. To sell it, mind you, the best part about it, he left the plastic Home Depot bucket on the outside of the concrete.
And the best is, it's like when you're done with your workout, you just drop them and they break, and then
Shattered.
Your workout's
Done.
on, man.
Yeah.
That's how you get more customers.
Okay, and all right. So squat stand though, like, is that a move? I feel like a lot of people at home gyms, they get like, get real. I feel like it's a, you know what it's kind of like? I noticed because I follow that one account,
Garage Gym Reviews.
Yeah. It's a little bit craft beer cliquish.
Yeah.
Like people that like the craft beers, like our buddy, like Kev, he's taking pictures. He's like, oh my god,
Yeah, you mark down on an app. I've tried
bag
1,600 different beers.
and it's like kind of like hipstery, like dorkish a little bit. The home gym is a little bit like that too.
Hipster meathead.
Yeah. It's for sure. Like I'm watching, and it's like, psh, like look at this guy going to like a regular gym, $20. Like, I'm in my gym.
I like when people take stuff too seriously. Like, see these pads on the floor? They have an extra layer of this I put in, so the recoil on my knees is less. You're gonna have no cartilage when you're 50. My knees on these.
Which like I'm
great.
I don't. I mean, I'm just getting into this to the scene. Gayest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I feel like it is a little bit cliquish. And I bring that up because I feel like a lot of people, if they're going to do a home gym, they're going to be like, yo, I want it like legit. And they're going to want the squat rack. They're going to want a squat stand. They're going to want the barbell. They're going to want the big weights, all that. So like,
It depends on footprint. It depends on what you're doing for a workout. So if you have the space if you have a garage that you're going to dedicate your garage to, cool. I would get whatever you think is most appropriate for you. It's like when you were talking about it, you were looking at getting a rack because you want to have a dip attachment on it. Like, that's not why. Like, if you're not squatting,
stupidest reason to get a rack.
the worst reason. If you're not, you're like, I want.
But are you surprised? But are you surprised?
Something tells me
not
you're
at all.
getting a rack.
But
what
are you
yeah,
surprised?
not
You're like,
at all.
I want to do decline push-ups, so I need the rack.
Yeah, you're like, I want to do pull-ups and I want a dip attachment, so I need to get a rack. No. So if you're doing squats, deadlifts, heavy bench press, bent over rope, something that is going to require a rack, get it. For most people, you don't need that. Like, you can get a squat stand. And you can also get the mobile squat stands where it's two separate kickstands.
Is that what you have or no?
No. So I have the
You have
fixed
the-
one.
Yeah.
But you can get them where it's two separate ones. So you can move it around. You can put it away in storage. Like, if you have a dedicated space, say it's like, okay, this is the kids' play space at part of the day, but it's where I'm going to also do my workout if I need to. Then you could have the squat stand, and then you could bring it out, set it up. You could bring it outside, set it up, So I think it matters on what your footprint is and what your purpose is. But yeah, I mean, you're going to end up getting either a rack if you can, squat stand, or movable squat stand.
I feel like that squat stand is the move.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best option. The problem is
with the
with the spotter arms. The problem is most people end up turning it into an ego buy. So when I said that before about some people buying things they don't need, one, if you want to have something that's awesome, just have it because it's awesome. All to it, man. It's your money. Spend it on what you want to. I don't care. But most people, when they buy like a bar, they'll get a barbell, and they're like, I'm gonna get this barbell because it has a 1,500-pound test. And it's like,
but most people lift.
You're bench pressing 135 pounds. Yeah. You don't need a 1,500-pound test barbell.
Just in case.
It's like, bro, I've been so many bars before. Like,
yeah, like why spend $700 on a 1,500-pound test barbell if you know that's not where you're at?
Yeah,
that's fine.
Like
so buy your basic barbell. When you build yourself up to a certain spot, then you buy that. Yeah, but that's also it. Like with a rack, it's like, okay, well, I need a 11 gauge steel. It's a 3x3 steel. It's like you're doing bench press with 185 in there.
Like
I was gonna say though,
you don't need a heavy.
There is something to having options for people in mindset. You go to the gym, you only use the 10 things, but it's the fact that you're around other things you like, that like you can mess around with it, and you almost feel like the need, which complicates everything. But
totally, and I think that's where it comes to. Like for
that was the first thing he said is like, you do that, but what 10% do you actually fucking use? Because that's what you're going to put in your home gym. Don't be
but
an
I have
idiot.
the ability if I did.
And listen, it's like you got to identify what those things are. You got to identify what is important to you in that long term of things, right? So it's great. Like if you again, you can spend whatever you want to spend your money on. If you want to have the most decked out home gym, I'm all about it. Like we've talked about it. Like my basement is packed. And eventually, it's going to end up going into the 2-car garage, where the 2-car garage can be a dedicated gym, where it's going to have nothing but the horse stall mats and everything.
I'm never paying you a monthly fee, and I'm going there every day.
No, key fobs. Key fobs.
Bro, I'm going there every day. Your garage is fucking huge.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. It's like you're going to find out that like that's a dedicated space, and that's where I'm going to be able to work out. And it's going to be like my safe haven. That's going to be where I fucking mentally keep in a space. And if I end up getting a sauna in there too, then I might. You know?
I am 100%. As soon as I get a place, sauna and a hot tub. 2 things, need to have it.
Yeah. It's important. Like your home gym might not even be gym equipment.
Just your home.
But I'm saying
you should have shit in your home that you like.
But I'm saying like maybe your home gym is your place. The
mats.
Yeah, maybe it's the mats. Maybe your home gym is where you have your Normatec leg recovery sleeves, and you can do your meditation.
Are those real or bullshit? Like
they're awesome,
dude.
Legit.
He swears by them. And
they're like, so good.
Like scratching, like, hey man, do you
get
on?
So good. Maybe your home gym is your space with your yoga mat and your TV, so you can stream whatever flows you want to do. Like.
We support yoga with
whatever you do. Like, it's not a matter of, like, I think everyone should be strength training in some capacity, but everyone should be doing a little bit of everything in some capacity. Go ahead.
Jake, show me over here. Dave. Okay. Nope. So, one of the questions, so a few of these questions actually, you've actually answered. So, Kabuki strength, worth every dollar.
Yes. Kabuki strength stuff has gotten a lot better. And the reason is, so one of the guys who started it was Chris.
John Kabuki.
His name is Ka, last name Buki. Chris Duffin, he's the first guy to squat and deadlift 1,000 pounds for reps. He's a monster.
1,000 pounds for reps? What does that mean?
Like 2 reps of 1,000 pounds.
So when people say I did it for reps, that means more than 1.
Correct.
Okay.
That's why the S is out on the end.
Okay. Okay.
But so Kabuki strength, what they did was they were an outfit.
John Kabuki.
Johnny Kabuki. They were an outfit for powerlifters and strength specialty. But what he's done also is he's created amazing equipment that are now becoming commercially viable, where it's like these things could make sense. So one of them is it's called Transformer Bar. They just adjusted. They made the 4th version of it. And the Transformer Bar, what it does is it's a safety squat bar. So what that means is the bar go over your back and the handles go in front. So you're not cranking your shoulders back. But it also has a gauge dial on the side of it. So what it does is you can adjust where the weight is in relation to the bar in your body. Either the weight is front loaded, or it is bottom loaded, or it is in some level of the dial around. So what it does is it either simulates the same weight emphasis as a goblet squat, or the same weight emphasis as a front squat, or the same weight emphasis as a high bar back squat, same weight emphasis as a low bar back squat. So all these different lifts, I think it retails for $650. But imagine if you're in a home gym. No. So imagine you're in a home gym and you're like, hey, I want to be able to utilize all these different things, or I have clients come to my house, I want to utilize all the different things. That's the bar to go with, no question.
Wait, so how is it loaded? What do you mean it's loaded? It's adjustable?
Yeah. So the think about the barbell and the sleeve that comes out. The sleeve can rotate around a circle and adjust where the weight is emphasized in relation to your body. So like a front squat, the barbell's going here and the weight is right here. With this bar, the weight is on your back, your hands are here, but the weight is still here.
Yeah.
So it's just like a front squat.
Gotcha.
Or it'll rotate around the circle to a high back squat or a low back squat.
But it's the same weight, or you can...
So you could adjust the weight. It's loadable up to like
You'd have to
1,500
put it
pounds.
down and put the weights back up. And he's saying once it's up on you, you can rotate it while it's there.
Yeah, so like before you start your set, if you're like, hey, I'm gonna do front squats. And most people don't do front squats because they can't stand the barbell sitting on their collarbone.
Yeah. That's when
This is over your neck,
legs.
and
But,
your
all right,
hands are in
but
front.
But I'm confused. All right, so it's a fucking bar where you load it with a regular weight, or no?
Yeah, you load it with regular weights.
So what is moving?
It's no different from a barbell.
But what is moving?
The sleeve at the end of the bar. So you know how there's the knurling, there's the handle, and at the end there's the big collar and sleeve that comes off of that? That sleeve rotates
Now I
around a
understand.
circle
Now
that
I
locks
understand.
in.
Now I
So
understand.
now where it used to be not as commercially helpful because you had to pull the sleeve off, adjust it,
You're saying
put the
sleeve, I'm
back
thinking
on.
padding.
Correct. That's
sleeve
not
is the end of the barbell, the fat
Yes.
piece. Okay.
where you used to do that. Now it's just you pull the pin out and it rotates and it clicks back in.
Yeah.
And that's all you're doing.
Dang.
So that's a
Kabuki
no-brainer.
worth it.
Very much.
Okay. The other thing that you talked about, which we're gonna end, we're not ending now, but I do want to end on the. You can start thinking about it, like the dream ultimate garage gym
Yeah.
is. We haven't talked about this, so any sort of obviously we're talking about strength training,
Yep.
right? I couldn't agree more. Loadable dumbbells, all the shit we talked about, but the cardio for the people that are doing cardio, obviously. People that are doing cardio, when they hear home gym, they're like, I can just run outside,
Yeah.
right? But you're talking about like older men that have hurt knees.
Yeah.
They can't like run outside, right? So like Chase, I'll have to use like an elliptical
Or coming bike.
or recumbent. But
Look at my
what
face.
he said? Oh, he
So
said.
look at my face. Yeah, my knees suck.
What?
Weird. How do you wouldn't expect that if you just neglected your legs for 30 years that there would be some disparity between your upper and lower body. I'm shocked.
Dude, I meet people and they're like,
That's
oh,
rare.
Chase's knees messed up. Yeah, it's the same one. I'm like, oh no, it's the other one now. It's the other knee.
Those aren't my fault as much. CLs,
I don't know anything.
they're kind of
about.
fluke. Both were fluke injuries, but the hamstring, definitely on me.
Yeah.
The hammy.
That's
Did you ever
on me.
pull your hamstring?
I tore my hamstring.
You tore it?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, bro. I pulled it once and I thought I was gonna die. I was like in the 6th grade.
I felt
You
it.
tore it?
Yeah.
That's terrible. Dude, I felt it like up high, like as high on the leg as you could go, where it's almost in your butt, but it's not. It's like this is touching
And
it
you
so
didn't
tender.
have. You had zero hydration.
Oh, negative.
Your muscle was.
It was my hamstring was a puffy cheese doodle and it dehydrated in 1 second.
Dude, fuck that, man.
The worst is when it somewhat heals a few days. It feels better.
You're like, oh,
you
I'm
go to
going better.
like push off a step,
Yeah.
and it's tight, and it's not when it's straight. I can like stretch it a little bit. It actually feels some relief. And when it's bent, it's fine. It's when it's bent and you push off and you're tensing, and it's just
No good.
Boom, back to square one again.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I want to talk about that too. We'll get to that. Remind me of like the recovery, the gun and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so like cardio equipment. Are you recommending a lot of girls that obviously listen to the podcast that don't exist would probably want like. Are all treadmills the fucking same?
No.
All treadmills are not the same.
No. They're very different. Whether they're the ones that you self-power by you moving on it and it's a free motion belt, or the ones that have the slats are different on your
The
stride.
slats ones are the legit ones,
Do you
right?
need an underwater
It
treadmill
depends
for
on
your
what you're
home gym?
doing. They're more similar to outdoor running.
Like a track. That's the one Emily
Yes.
always talks about.
Yes. But again, running, where it comes to like the treadmill, any of that kind of stuff, there's always going to be two things involved in running. One, what is the surface you're running on? So when you're talking about like Chase's knees, okay, are you running on cement and bare feet?
Wait, are you running at a home gym, or are you talking about
I'm talking about
before
running.
you go to a home gym?
Give me a second to explain, and I'll
Okay.
get back to exactly what
You
it
get
is.
very excited.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
So what matters is the surface you're running on and what you're running in. So your shoes matter. If you're not wearing running shoes or things that are specific to that, or you're buying discount running shoes from the clearance rack at Kmart, they're probably not your best option for
The
shoes.
Shaq ones?
Yeah, the Shaq Diesels. Such good
The
shoes.
Shaq high tops.
Shaq came out with cleats now.
No.
Yeah, they have cleats.
Dang, bro.
I think my buddy was one of the people that helped like make that happen, which is funny.
I'm about them.
But so yeah, it comes down to shoes. Do you have proper running shoes? And two, what's the surface you're running on? So whether you're running on concrete in construction boots is different from running on soft grass in running shoes. They have different impact that translates up your leg. So when I say that, I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of treadmill you have. Do you have the right shoes to be running on that treadmill?
So more important than the treadmill, you say, is the shoes.
Didn't say that. I said what matters first is no matter what treadmill you buy, you need to have proper shoes for it. And then B,
For that treadmill.
for a treadmill, period. Right? So when you're saying like,
but it's 1 and 1.
yeah, so like you're saying what treadmill's better?
No,
You
I
said
was
what
saying
treadmill's-
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
you said what treadmill's
what
better,
I'm saying
so
now
it's
is
like-
what comes first, the treadmill or the shoe?
Doesn't matter.
in
They're
the same-
both equal. So
Okay,
like they're
okay.
both equal parts.
Yeah.
So without worrying about what treadmill you have, you better have some fucking running shoes. And then if you are buying a treadmill, it's going to give different levels of shock, whether it's just a flat tread
that-
running through, or if it's the one that has a little more absorption from give. If it's the slats, it's more similar to running outside, because all that stuff also matters. If you expect to run on a treadmill and translate that to outdoor running on a treadmill is not the same as outdoor running.
No.
So if you run a 10K in X time, the difference between running indoors on a treadmill and outdoors is running indoors, you are keeping yourself vertical and you are striding and moving your legs forward. If you are outside, you are keeping yourself vertical, you are striding your legs forward, and you are producing force off of the ground to propel yourself forward. That you don't do on a treadmill because the belt's moving under you.
Yeah.
So whatever you can do on a treadmill isn't going to necessarily translate to outside, but what you want to do is try and mimic the conditions as best as possible. That's why people will run with a slight incline. That's why people would like the slatted treadmills more often, because it's more similar to running conditions outside, where your general like Planet Fitness one is a flat belt that's moving,
Yeah, it's
and
like
you are just
thin
running
shit,
on that.
yeah.
It's absorbing the shit out of everything, and it's not as comparable to a run. So if you do a 5K there, it's not like doing a 5K outside. That's
So-
why I said shoes and treadmill matter.
So they're 1 and 1.
It's not a matter of just treadmill.
Now, when you say how much shock it absorbs,
Yeah.
is that a feature or a spec that every treadmill will have? Like I can be like, oh, the shock absorb of this treadmill is this, and the shock absorb of this treadmill.
They should.
What's it called?
But what I would do
Is it called shock?
I'll be honest, I don't know. Yeah, it's called the shock score. I don't know. But I know that when you're doing your research on treadmills specifically,
It'll, like,
you
light
should
it
be
up.
looking at that. And I would also be looking, like any product, look at the reviews of what other runners and other people have done, because they will choose things and swear by certain products because of its similarity to what you're actually looking to do. Now, mind you, if you're not trying to run outside and run any races, then who gives a fuck? If it's your general treadmill where the belt's moving under it and you're just trying to stay active,
Yeah, that's
Trying
what
to
I
get your
feel
heart
like.
rate up.
then get that.
Dude, that's
Don't
what I feel
care.
like most people are like, I don't know what treadmill to get. Like, dude, it's like,
Just
get
run.
one.
Just get
Get
one and run.
anything where it moves underneath you
Well,
and stand on top.
Well, get one that is actually a reasonable treadmill. So what I say is,
What's not?
again,
Do you have
don't buy the discount Walmart treadmill that's $200. Because if you're like,
what does
well,
a good treadmill go for? $500?
$1,000.
yeah,
No, that's got to be a
That's
good
so
one.
weird.
No,
a good treadmill is going to go for like $1,000. A really good, like the slatted ones, are like $4,000. If you're talking about one that can operate and take some wear and tear and do that, you're going to spend probably $750.
yeah, at least between 500 and $1,000 is like you're getting a good.
500, you could get a good deal on one. It may not last
So
the
like
longest amount of time.
600 to $1,000 is like
Yeah, and it depends
the
on how much
average
you use
person.
it. Like if you use it a lot, you're going to want something that's more of a commercial grade. And commercial
people
grade,
also are not like they're not running. I would imagine most home. Well, I mean, maybe if you're buying a treadmill, maybe
You never know. Listen.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe.
listen, Peloton is doing incredibly well based on treadmill classes and cycling classes because they have the programming that comes along with it. And you're paying for it, and you're paying a good amount of money for a good cycling bike, and then continue programming. So
And they have treadmills too, right?
yeah, they do treadmills and treadmill. They have treadmill program that comes along with it.
Do they have a slat one?
Or
Or is that Nordic?
I believe a lot of companies have the slat ones because like Woodway creates slatted treadmills. Yeah, a lot of them have that now. I believe they do,
Yeah.
but I haven't engaged in Peloton's type of stuff, so I can't recommend them or.
Well, do you have any brands that you'd be like, yo,
disapprove
these
them.
are? Would you be like, yo, these are? Like if for me and Emily, like, yeah, hey man, we want a treadmill. I'm gonna do 30 minutes every other day. She's gonna do 30 minutes.
So here's
every
my
other day.
awful answer. I would recommend Woodway because we've used it in our clubs on a regular basis. They are one of the most reputable brands that come across.
Woodway?
Woodway.
WAY or EIG?
WAY. They're one of the most reputable brands when it comes to commercial grade for doing the slatted treadmills. Outside of that, I don't use treadmills. When I run outside. When I do sprints outside. I'd rather do that. I find running on treadmills miserable.
Really? I don't mind it if I take that back. I don't like treadmills either. Elliptical? Like any one of those, like, what about what's that weird running machine that's at Lifetime?
Mm-hmm.
You, like, get in it, it's like this, like, you walk, you guys don't know what I'm talking about? You step into it, and it, like, almost runs for you.
Oh, that's an AMT.
What
Is
is
it the
that?
one that, like, goes up and it's kind of
Yeah,
choppy?
what the fuck is that?
It's like a mix between a stepper and an elliptical.
Yeah, that's some weird shit.
I think it's Cybex.
I got into it. Yeah, that sounds
You
right.
would. You had those glove feet shoe things running barefoot.
When I say I got into it, I mean I got into the machine and was like, this is weird as shit. And I was doing it because I never ran before. And I was like, 1 month before a tournament, I'll run a cut weight. My Achilles were fucking barking.
Yeah.
Barking.
That's weekend warrior syndrome.
So stupid.
That's
so
why.
dumb.
That's why generally when 40 and 50-year-old guys tear their Achilles, it's because they haven't been as active on a regular basis, and then their buddies are like, "Hey, you want to play a softball game?" And you're like, "Yeah, I still got it," and you fucking blow out your
40,
Achilles.
we have 30-year-old friends that shit
I know.
happens to.
I know.
It's like, yeah, get back in the dumbbells. I can curl 50. You should do it. You can't move your arms for the next 2
Correct.
weeks once you get
Some other questions.
You
This
feel
is a
the
good one.
insertion, like
This is a good
ripping
one
out,
too, dude, because I also want to know this. So, I don't have a leg extension machine at my home gym. What are some alternatives?
Squats. Next question.
Squats, that's it. He's saying that for obviously, like, he really wants to work out his what are these called?
Quad
Lower
squats.
biceps?
Yeah.
He wants to work out his quad, just squats.
They would actually be leg triceps, to be honest.
These would be because of the curl. Yeah, you're right.
Well,
right.
your hamstrings are.
Yeah.
One of your hamstrings is called biceps femoris.
Yeah. Okay.
The
sorry.
biceps of the femur.
Sorry. So just squats. What's those things that you had us doing the other day? Bro, I did them. So I did. Remember how I was wobbly as shit the first time I did it?
Oh, the Bulgarians?
Is that the one leg with the leg behind thing?
Yeah.
Dude, so I was wobbly as shit with that one. The next one I was fine. Then I did them here probably about 5 days later. I'm going to do legs tomorrow too. And you're like, oh, I could tell you don't do one because I'm all
You don't do
fucking all over the
unilateral
place.
stuff.
Dude, I did it the set the other day expecting to be wobbly, but I wasn't. Literally just from that one time. Is that quads?
Yeah.
That's quads?
Anything that's knee dominant. By knee dominant, I mean like you're driving and push. Generally, things that you're pushing into the ground. Squatting, lunging. Those are all generally quadricep dominant exercises.
Something like that. Whereas working on it's like your balance, your core, like those type of things. How long does it take for that to translate into athletic performance?
So,
Or
great
something
question.
of that nature?
It depends on what you're talking about from a balance thing. So, like, if you're talking about doing single leg work and like getting your foot to feel itself and grab itself on the ground, because that's essentially what's happening. It's like it's not comfortable doing that. So,
my shit was.
so you got to think
wobbly.
when you stop using a certain sense, your body has to enhance other senses to try and figure that out, right? So if you're standing up with, like, say you're standing on one leg or you're standing with your feet shoulder width apart, and you close your eyes. You ever seen someone close their eyes and they start to sway a little bit back and forth?
Oh, dude, that's me, man.
Right? So when they sway, what that is, it's your body's proprioception trying to figure out where the hell you are in
What
space.
the fuck is proprioception, dude?
It's your body's receptor to figure out where you are in space. So the best way I acclimate that is, have you ever had to go in the basement but you don't want to turn the light on? Or you ever have to go through a room but you don't want to turn the light on because you're just getting something real fast? What do you do?
Feel the walls and stuff.
You reach around. You're trying to figure out where you are in space. That's what your body's doing. Your brain's trying to figure that out through the equilibrium of your center of mass.
Mm-hmm. You know when that happens the most? When you're in the shower. And like you close your eyes, you're like...
You're swaying. So when it comes to doing athletic performance stuff, the long-winded way of getting to it is, if you're doing stuff where you're just gripping the ground with just your foot, you can translate that within a couple weeks, a couple months. You should be working on a regular basis. People should be working on single leg work. If you talk about like standing on a Bosu ball, where it's just a stability ball, that generally won't translate to what you're looking to do. And the reason it won't translate is because it's highly randomized. So your body's not acclimating to anything that's consistent. So if we were playing...
Is that the ball that's on the flat
If it's the
thing
ball
on
on top with the flat bottom.
Yeah.
Or you were sitting on a stability ball, any of that kind of stuff, right? So it's like saying, hey, because of the hands of poker that you got dealt last night, the hands of poker you're going to get dealt tonight are you're going to play exactly the same. No, the cards are completely different. I can't play the same when everything that's changed at me is completely randomized. So your body's not going to acclimate to randomized. So it's like, hey,
right, but
I'm going to get better at
responding to random stuff. Adjustments.
Maybe, yeah. You'll adjust. You'll get better at maybe reaction and stuff. But that's like saying, like, me. I will get better at walking on the ice by walking on the ice.
Yeah.
You won't. So, like, no matter how much, and your body will have its own pullback mechanism. So, for instance, whether you trusted me or not, if I said, hey, Chase, I want you to walk on the ice, and I want you to take long strides. You may go, okay, and the second you go to do that, you're going to take little 6-inch shivers. Because your body's going to be like, you're a fucking idiot. Don't even try that.
Hey, not today.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Your body has one function, don't die.
Word.
Yeah, but that's what it comes down to. So it's like,
just
when it comes to the home gym
sort of
environment, you're not going to have, you can, if you have the space, get whatever you want, but you're not going to have this specialization of things to do isolated movements. And on that same token, in my opinion, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because so many people do isolated things, and leg extensions translate to nothing in your everyday life.
So fuck them.
So if you're like, hey, I want to have big quads, cool. You can do all that kind of stuff, or you can do other things that'll isolate blood flow to the quads.
What's the other thing that you had us doing? The sidestep, the one leg thing on the block at Lifetime.
Oh, the Peterson step-ups?
Fucking terrible.
Well, like I said, people don't like doing single leg work.
Bro, I was sweating.
And I know. That's because your brain's trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yes, from my brain, not from
That's your CNS. So people don't like doing single leg work because Dave Tate said it best. Dave Tate's a powerlifter. He runs Elite FTS, which is also an American brand. People don't like doing single leg work because it's twice as difficult with half the weight.
Yeah, dude.
Right? So like your squat could be 225. You're doing little bitch ass 50 pounds on lunges, and it's twice as fucking hard.
Bro, I remember doing it being like, yo, I can't even step. I'm a weak ass bitch. I can't even step up.
There's no soreness like leg soreness.
Yeah,
you're like doing that.
Oh, dude, my fuck, when we did the...
when you question sitting on a toilet because of your leg soreness, that's when it's like, it's bad.
No, when we did the hip thrust with the... What's that called?
With the sandbag?
Yeah. Dude, I was sore for a few days.
Yeah, I think that stuff, what it does is it makes you change your routine, and it gets you outside of your comfort zone, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's another important thing, too, for home gyms is like... Oh, I think people, because like you said, it's like, hey, buy what's in your 10%. People do that, but because they don't have the 90, they're only doing the 10, and it can get like a little fucking stale fast. But like switching it up, You
Well,
know, instead of doing curls, it's like, yo, let me do hammer, let me do reverse curls, let me do some fucking Peterson.
But it's all about being
nonsense.
creative with what you buy for that 10%. So, like, for people that don't know my home gym has a rack of kettlebells. So I can do conditioning work. I can do single-sided work with kettlebells. I can
what's
do
that shit? The
grip work. That's my next.
Oh, man.
So you can do the Turkish get-up.
Bro, that shit's gnarly.
I have a landmine slug. The landmine uses a barbell. It takes up almost no space.
That's the
45-degree angle swivel.
You use that all the time.
I use it all the time, right? Because it helps with athletic performance, rotational power, etc.
Dude, we got to do an episode there.
We will. But that's one of the things that's like, it's very low footprint, but it adds an entire arsenal of exercises.
Yeah.
With that one little thing,
Yeah.
that one addition.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, there's a rack of kettlebells or the landmine. I love having a rack of kettlebells there, but I use the landmine
You're
5 times more than I use the rack of kettlebells. So it's like, what are the things you can do to vary that up? Because barbell work is going to be different from landmine work, is different from kettlebell work, is different from sandbag work, it's different from Viper work. It's different from all those things.
Viper.
And I have all those things. And they all fit in that 144 square feet.
Yeah.
Comfortably. So you got to find those little things that will allow you to manipulate the stimulus so it doesn't get them stale.
Switching.
Hex bar, nothing, right? Like just switch it up.
You're the hex bar god amongst the. Yeah, I am.
No, hex bar
I
god.
do
I
like
thought you were going to say that's why I said
No.
yeah. And you said
I said
no,
God.
no.
You're like this.
Nope.
Yes.
No.
I mean,
no.
I didn't.
No.
I mean, a little.
I didn't want to agree to that. No.
Fair. What do you
Hex
say?
bar is good. I actually like hex bar.
I don't like
Yeah.
hex
A few
bar.
times I've
But he
done stuff
fucking
like that.
get
I'm
murdered.
about it. I think mentally you just feel very safe with it, and you feel like you're not gonna hurt yourself if your form is bad. You could easily like roll your back doing a deadlift or do something and just blow it out.
Well, the problem is people started making goals exercises instead of goals being goals. So if you ask someone, you go, hey, why did you start working out in the first place? The answer is I wanted to be strong, or I wanted to lose body fat, or I wanted to get faster, or I wanted to run better, or I wanted to feel more confident. It's never been like I wanted to deadlift 400 pounds. Why? Because no one gives a fuck what exercise you do. So when it comes to certain things, it's like when they're like, well, why do you hex bar instead of barbell deadlift or whatever? Because when it comes to having a client, all I care is that they can lift the fucking weight off the ground. I don't give a shit how.
Yeah.
Can you do it safely? I don't care if it's a hinge. I don't care if it's a squat. I don't care if it's somewhere in between. Can you lift it up and can you do it safely? Awesome. Because our goal is to get stronger or faster or leaner. It's not to squat. It's not to deadlift. It's not to do a push-up.
Most girls, when you take them out on their first date, one of the first questions they ask you is, how much do you hex bar deadlift?
Yeah. What's your high handle hex bar?
Yeah, wait.
Why
You said
not?
you did 18 pull-ups. Are those pull-ups or chin-ups? Which were
Exactly,
The
like,
wrist or-
who
It's like
cares?
they
were
were
you
pull-ups.
kipping? Was there kip or no?
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
oh, was there a kid? It's like, oh no.
Yeah, people are such
What about this
losers.
random thought I just had? Flooring,
So flooring.
stall mats.
Yeah. So
Doesn't move.
what most people, if you're in the home gym community, what you know is the cheaper, better alternative to gym flooring is to buy horse stall mats. So horse stall mats are meant to be the flooring in horse stalls, and they hold a lot of weight and capacity because horses are fucking heavy, and they're on these little ass hooves that have to have a lot of pound per minimum surface area. So horse stall mats you can get for like $45 for a 4x6 mat at Tractor Supply or whatever agricultural space you can get them at, instead of getting like a big roll of gym flooring that is a little more expensive than horse stall mats, and then you have to pay the hundreds of dollars of shipping to get that hundreds of pounds sent to you. So horse stall mats are the easy go-to way for gym flooring.
I don't know.
And when you generally buy gym flooring, it's like 1/2 inch. Horse stall mats are 3/4 inch.
Yeah.
So it's even a higher grade thickness and durability for a cheaper price, and you can get it locally.
Yeah, those stall mats that you put me onto were the fucking.
It's the move.
The 100%.
Yeah, it's the move.
Switching topics a little bit. Last 3 things the both of you guys Googled we're gonna need to know
Oh
that
shit,
right
this
now.
is gonna be dicey, I think.
Be good.
And you can't lie.
Oh, mine will be easy though, because we just got back from the car dealership. I just Googled Chevy Trailblazer.
Chevy Trailblazer. Yo, that was my first car, bro. The Blazer, dude. Alright. Chevy
This
Blazer.
is pretty good.
Don't delete it, Chase.
I'm not deleting it. I was looking to scroll.
Chase's is red bumps normal.
I Googled the child safety ratings on Jeep Wranglers.
Nice. Dude, you know how many times I fucking Googled that? I'll help you out. You're not getting one.
Yeah, no.
Yo, I'll help you out. You ain't getting one.
And then 2020 Jeep Gladiator prices and reviews.
Nice. Okay.
So those are, my three are wholesome.
Yeah, not bad.
Second
What is it?
second stimulus package.
Nice.
600 a week unemployment, and do frogs breathe underwater?
No. Because you sent that text. You're like,
Send a text that I had to make
he
sure
sent a
was
text.
legit.
It was like frogs breathe underwater, and then he was like, "Fuck, do they breathe underwater?" That's
They
amazing.
do have the ability. Unless the water isn't highly oxygenated, then they can suffocate
I don't
and
know
drown
what it is.
also.
Then the next Google, when does the third season of Vampire Cops come out?
Bro, I'm actually... Oh, great movie that I recently watched. Late 80s, I think it was. Maniac Cop.
I'll help you out.
You gotta
I'm
watch
never
it.
gonna watch it.
It's so...
We just started How to.
Everyone
Nope.
should check it out. Maniac Cop. You heard it here first.
How to Get Away with Murder,
Yeah, How to Get Away with Murder.
which came out like
Oh, what
a
about...
long time ago.
Also, Killer Frisbee. I highly recommend.
Very good.
Very good.
blank check.
I think
Very
it
good.
actually won the Oscar. I forget
It
who was
did.
in it.
92. Yeah. All right. So last thing on this. You have a garage, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a good question. You have a garage. You have essentially an unlimited budget. Maybe, I would say, you can leave out the brands unless you're like, the brand matters for what I'm saying.
Brand matters for what I'm going to be saying, yeah.
What is the ideal at-home gym for your, I'm not talking a guy that's like starting, like a guy like me, like, hey, you will have options, you will have everything you need, nothing that you absolutely don't, ideal gym.
What I would get is, I would personally get one of Sornex's, like their XL racks. They have these
An
Uber,
XL rack?
yeah, they have Uber racks, and it comes with full squat setup, squat rack and everything. Then it comes with side cable attachments as well, so you can have like your lat pull down tower.
It's a pulley?
Attached.
It's a pulley?
Yeah, it has it attached to the rack.
Like a single pulley, just like,
Well, it'd have
Cable,
one on each side, and
drop
then you'd have
away.
a tower for your lat pull downs also.
oh, the tower's already in.
Yeah, so it like spans the wall. Yeah, it's like...
So you're not like attaching like a 45-pound.
Nope. It's the move.
Okay.
I would also get some loadable equipment from a place called Prime Fitness, which is based out of Pittsburgh. Prime Fitness does very similar stuff to like the old school hammer strength loadable plate loaded machines.
What are those dumbbells? you have?
Bodybuilders. What?
Those fucking hop, 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 hop.
Oh, the York dumbbells.
Bro, he sends me a picture. He goes, bro, scoop these up on a deal. Sends me a picture. It's literally the shit from Family Guy. Like, hop, 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 hop.
Yeah, with the tricycle. That's gigantic.
Yeah, like that shit.
The York Legacy Series dumbbells from back in the day.
Yeah.
Got a pair of 120 pounders and 130 pounders.
Yeah. And he goes, yo, you have my weights at your house? Like, it fucking sucks because now I have to fucking shoulder press these things. He's just like, shit! And I'm like, okay, he's doing one and he's going to put him out and he just goes, and I'm like, no, he's doing what the
because
fuck?
he had my intermediate Olympic loadables, so I had to use the Bowflexes to that. So my weight jump went from 52
52?
pounds to 120, and I'm either doing low mid range or I'm doing full fucking max out.
Bro, I was like, fuck, dude.
So I would get the Sorenex rack. Prime Fitness does great loadable stuff like that. I would get Woodway treadmill. I'd have.
Does Woodway do the slats too, or no?
Yeah.
So Woodway
They only do.
Oh, they only do slats.
Only do slats.
Wow, smart. Okay, so
Woodway treadmill. I would get the personal sauna in there.
The one person or two?
One person. Which a one-person sauna it's only like...
Yeah, it's not... It's like 2x3. It's not much.
Yeah, it's like a 4x3 or a 5x3. It's not anything big.
With like the bench to just sit and just chill.
I'd get that. I would get the Normatec recovery legs and hips also. The 2.0 pulses is what they have now.
What about the...
I'm going to bring it up. You wanted to ask about guns, so before we finish, I want to know if you had a specific question about that.
Yeah, dude.
Let me finish this and then we'll ask that question.
All right.
I would do the Normatec 2.0 pulses. I would do a full kettlebell rack.
What about those fucking cables you have are dope, the bands, the orange ones?
Stroops bands. Stroops makes awesome bands. So Stroops.
Those are so good.
If you ever used a TRX Rip Trainer, Stroops has white labeled that for them. Stroops makes really good bands. They have the big ones called Son of a Beast, which you can use as battle ropes, and they're these fucking hogs that you'll bring outside and you'll
murderers, dude.
Yeah, they're really good.
I've done those a couple times.
There's also like a lot of UFC guys that'll use those bands as part of their conditioning. I think I told you this, where they'll put on like the chest strap and they'll attach it to two of their like 75-pound or 90-pound pull bands a piece.
They'll run.
And they'll put it, and what they'll do is they'll bear crawl out, and then bear crawl back, and they'll do that for their 3 minutes for their 5 rounds of just bear crawls back and forth.
Dude,
that's
murderous.
Great conditioning.
Probably, yeah, but that's like...
What about the ski erg? Would you toss that in there?
Yes, I would.
You would?
Yeah.
I would. Over a row?
I would personally, for me, only because my back really bothers me with a rower.
Like sitting
because
down.
of my previous back issues. So, like, if you don't have any... Like, I fractured my spine in 2 places when I was younger. If you don't have that, get a rower, get a ski erg, whatever you're going to utilize more. But I like the ski erg because it doesn't bother me.
What about an Airdyne?
Airdyne's a great purchase for a low price. I just don't... I don't get jacked up to jump on a bike.
Really?
Any kind of bike.
You do those sprints? Remember you were telling me to do those sprints? Cut weight?
Yeah.
Those are vicious, dude.
Yeah. Well, they're great, yeah. But if I don't have to do them, I'm not going to.
True. Okay,
like if I can do sprint on the skier, I'm going to do sprint on the skier.
Okay. What else? Something for abs? We didn't talk about abs at all.
Ice bath.
No, because you know this. Like I'm not doing any isolated like crunches and sit-ups and stuff. It's not.
The babes, man. The babes.
So then we'll add in a power tower so you could do like...
Yeah, dude. This whole podcast was for me to get Dave to endorse a fucking power tower,
expert
dude.
to tell you to get the power tower.
I wanted him to
I've been telling him for
No.
fucking months to just get that because you were saying you wanted to get a rack.
Dude, I went into Dick's the other day. All sold out. Went online. All sold out. And the only ones that were not sold out were the ones that weren't adjustable. So if I bring it downstairs, it's fucking 1 inch below the ceiling.
I'm going to Facebook Market right now.
What do you bench isn't the new question anymore. It's how many dips can you do?
No, it's how many seated leg raises can you do on the power tower? Yeah.
Yeah, calf raises.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what
I
would end up going with.
So we'll end on this, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would get for a perfect home gym.
I'd
get everything to the T.
All right, but what about recovery? So you already talked about the
Normatex,
legs,
love them.
the Normatex. You already talked about obviously like some sort of foam roller.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about guns because I have my gun that I fucking love. You have a gun. Are they the same? Like, would you recommend a gun? Would you recommend balls? Like I
have a gun too.
Like this. What are they like? This? You ever like the massage balls, stones?
Yeah.
Let's talk about recovery, and then we'll.
So
we also don't have to end it. We can fuck because we're friends.
Yeah.
We can just talk forever.
Well, I mean, we're just gonna turn the camera off.
We
and
can
just
just go.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat my food.
So I have a Hypervolt Plus. If I were to get it, I'd get something through Hyper Ice. Hyper Ice and Normatec are one brand. So Normatec's
Hyper Ice.
Hyper Ice. So Normatec's 2.0 Pulse is the same company, parent company, and company in conjunction with Hyper Ice.
What does a good Hypervolt go for?
Hypervolt.
They only have one, right?
I think they retail for like $349. No, they have Hypervolt and Hypervolt Plus. So I have the Hypervolt Plus.
The one that I mean, obviously the guns are somewhat similar. There's obviously a difference. But that one attachment you have, dude, the fucking knobber.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I think mine is. It's 2 prongs.
I don't have any of that.
That, and then I have a big ball, small ball, this like curved one, and then there's one other. But I've been using just the two that
The
dig
jabby?
in. Yeah.
I have the point one where it's
Mine was like
like a jackhammer?
150 on Amazon, but it had the click this for the coupon.
150?
So I clicked it and it went
What'd
down
you
to like
buy?
124. Legerol, LEG,
Ryobi? He brought the fucking
LEGIRAL. I mean, the gun's effective for what I need it for. And
A lot of
may
the guns
shock
by
you.
this point are very similar.
I'm not a
because-
pro
Yeah.
athlete. However, I do need it for recovery. I know that might
Dude,
shock.
it's so good.
It's great.
So
good.
they feel good when used properly. They can help in recovery when used properly. They can cause a lot of damage when used improperly. So like, I'm a fan of them. I think anything that's used in a poor manner can be harmful. But the reason I've always been very much against guns, against massage guns. Let's put it that way.
He doesn't support the Second Amendment, right? He's a commie.
Get them.
Yeah.
No, I've been against massage guns for the most part in the beginning because what it does is it allows people to think they have a license to
Masseuse. Yeah.
do their own job without having the proper education behind it. And I've been in the industry for 13 years. I have some of the highest certifications you can get. I'm on the advisory board for Men's Health Magazine, and I am in no way equipped to know the ins and outs of massage therapy and stuff. I know anatomy and biomechanics very well. That does not mean that I am qualified to help someone with massage tips. So if I have all that education and I'm not licensed to do that kind of stuff, fucking Johnny Kabuki from down the street.
I feel like
Definitely
Johnny
not.
Kabuki's buying the gun. Like, I got a bum shoulder. Putting on the fucking, like,
Yeah.
point tip.
Setting 20.
High, like, and he's like, no, it's up. Just going in.
And if you want to do that, put on the point tip, stick it right against your
At your
temple,
temple?
and
Yeah.
just fucking
As hard as you can.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
What is it? No Country for Old Men, where he pulls the guy over and just puts a
bro,
thing
I
up to
never
his
seen-
head.
scramble
Bro,
your
I've
brains.
never seen that movie, and Michelle told me that he's, like, upset that I have never seen it.
Yeah. You've seen like 6 movies.
We should do that for the episode soon.
I'm
He
saying,
has
what
seen-
was the last one you saw in theaters? March of the Wooden Soldiers? Or
The
Home Alone 1?
last legitimate movie I
You
saw
actually starred in Home Alone 1 was the last time you've seen a
Yeah.
movie.
was my own film. The last legitimate movie I saw in the theaters, I want to say was Lion King.
I love that you've seen 6 and you
I
can't
think we
even
talked
remember
about
what it
that.
was.
We
So
talked-
here's the 6 movies Sean's seen:
Lion King,
Lion King, Blank Check,
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump,
Home Alone 1.
Home Alone 1.
Yeah.
Blank Check is also number 5.
Yes. Yeah, somehow it's played.
Yo, I feel like we should do that for the next. We got to do that one.
We were
soon.
supposed
Oh, yeah.
to do one where it's just you,
That's what the movie title
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But I have to get fucked
or just
up.
actors. Like the fact
No,
that you
yeah,
can't
yeah, yeah.
name
Michael Keaton.
any Michael Keaton movies is
No, I can't. I did yesterday. Footloose.
Yeah, but no, the way you... Sean, the way you say it, it's like Michael Keaton and Sean will be like, Batman.
No,
Yeah.
I did. No,
he
I
said,
doesn't
he
even know
said
the
Michael
movie.
No, I
Keaton's
said
either in Footloose
Footloose.
or Back to the Future.
Michael
Isn't that
Keaton.
Emilio Estevez?
No, Emilio Estevez was in fucking Mighty Ducks, and that's
That's true.
the correct one.
That's
But I
actually
want to
good.
do this for a whole show.
Yeah.
Just this. But I
Well-
have to be fucked up and being like
And
a
when
silly
it's
movie.
post-COVID, which may never happen, we still need to do the road trip to Philly for cheesesteaks.
Bro, so do you see what's on that fucking table right there?
New Jersey Michaels?
Okay, so last night, right, we come home, and I'm fritzed. I'm on like 4 hours of sleep. I rolled with Callan for like, bro, we rolled two rounds. He's like, yo, are we? He's like, is the intensity high? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, is it high? So we both like had to like chill each other. We were like, yo, we were like out for blood. So
Yeah.
we like chilled, took a round off. I say that because I went to bed at, when was the fight over? Fucking 2?
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Fight was over at 2, I'm up at 7. I do a lift with my 552s. I do a fucking roll, spent the whole day out shit. I come home. She orders Jersey Mike's, right? The food comes, she's eating it. She's like, I love this, I love this, I love this. Chilling. We go to bed tonight, or last night, wake up. I have half a sub left because I fell asleep. I was so fucking tired. She has nothing left. I was like, babe, why don't you have some lunch? She's like, no, I don't want it. I come down for lunch. She's like, literally, this is Emily. Like, picture Emily. Like, I just really want a Philly cheesesteak. And I'm like, you want it from Philly, don't you?
Yeah.
So, like, one part of the story is like, we're down to go. The other part is this. I'm like, oh, we'll go. Like, soon I'm like eating my sandwich. I like look up at her. I look up at her. She's like this. I'm like, you're fucking.
You were just in Philly, right?
I
And
go,
in there, you went
I
to
go,
Philadelphia.
you're dreaming about cheesesteaks, aren't you? She starts cracking, like pissing her pants, laughing. Yeah. She's like, yeah. I'm like, what's? I was like, what the fuck's the matter with you? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's up?
Can I walk outside?
Yeah, like, what are you doing? 2 minutes later, she goes, I think I'm gonna order it. I go, Jersey Mike's? She's like, yeah. I go, chicken, you don't have to feel like embarrassed. Like, let's get it. Like, I'm down. Like, let's get them cheesesteaks. So I think everybody, dude, could be down for some fucking Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah, I'm down to drive.
So we got to do that.
They gotta be open.
100%.
Because it's technically only takeout.
Bro, they ain't closed.
Especially in Philly.
Bro, they ain't closed. And then fucking, yeah, I want to do the fucking movie one. I think Vin and Joey, they're down. We got some good shit coming up. This was a good one too, dude. I feel like a lot of people.
We said 10:30 start. Vin picked up dog walking and had 14 neighborhood dogs.
I told Joe about that before I got here. She was like, "You think you're gonna be late for this?" I go, "No, I'll be there on time." Last time Joey was supposed to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning and showed up at fucking 2 o'clock.
Bro, I was fuming. I'll lie to him now, straight up. I'll lie. I'll be like, yo, come here at 9. I'll sleep till 10:30.
So growing up, we would laugh because my dad would have to lie to one of his hunting buddies, who was like our fake uncle.
He was an on-time guy.
They would literally, tell him we're leaving in the car at like 7:30, and he'd show up, no joke, 8:15 every time. Like, you'll never believe what happened, man. Sometimes you have to.
Which I'm about, man. I'm about like that. Those life. I call that's a life hack.
That's a life hack for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. People know life hacks. That's definitely one.
So what I would say is, anyone that has further questions can go to my
where
Instagram.
Can they find you?
At David Otey Fit. You can go to www.oteyfitness.com. You can find me on Facebook. Ask whatever questions you have. Send me something. I'm happy to help. I'd rather someone get the right information than not get any information at all, or feel nervous about asking something. Don't ask me weird shit.
We'll put the link in the bio. DavidOtey, David Otey Fit, FIT. We'll put the link in the bio, dude. I appreciate you coming over and just going through this. Like I said in the beginning, I feel like I was never a craft beer guy in my whole life. Then I had one. Then I had two, and I'm like, all right, shit, this is my shit. And now I'm drinking hard kombucha and fucking only orange. Bro, the party yesterday, someone's like, you want a Miller Lite? I'm like, get that disgusting thing out of my fucking face. I'll never drink that again.
I'll never get on the kombucha.
That's for normal people.
Yeah, dude, like, get out of here. And I feel like the home gym train, and I'm late to the party, but I feel like that's going to be the fucking new wave.
Well, just don't judge things you haven't actively tried. Just like earlier when I said about Peloton, like I can't endorse it or not endorse it. I've never done it, so I can't say one way or another. Yeah. I've never done Zumba, so I can't say whether it's great or whether it sucks. So
I did Taibo, that sucked.
Yeah. So what I would say is find the things that.
No, you did a guy named Taibo. His name was Taibo.
Billy Blanks, bro.
Yeah, see, that's the thing too. Even the gym I have downstairs, I'm starting to like it. Taibo Kabuki. Dude, even the gym I have downstairs, I'm starting to like it, but I'm like, yo, I know that if I had a few more things, I would be fucking way
You're
more.
Seeing the opening to the window.
Oh, you're seeing
okay. Yeah, you're a guy who's got a tattoo, but it's not done. This is the outline. Here's what I imagine it could be with the snake.
No, I'm not that guy. I'm the guy I got a tattoo. I'm like, yo, this is cool. This is a cool tattoo. I
Here's
like
what
it.
it means. I know you didn't ask, but let me tell you.
Dude,
Like, I get a new machine here. Now I can get the pads, but now the color coding's not right.
Barbed wire stands for the fight.
Dude, you wear tighty whities, man, and that's tough. But no,
You used
I
to wear
think,
tighty whities. You
No, I
had to
didn't.
start. No, you had. I'm saying I did, but I'm saying everyone. Like you have to start. You have to start.
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah,
tighty
everyone
whities
did,
You're not
right?
indoctrined to life unless you wear tighty whities.
I never wore tighty fucking whities.
Ever?
You definitely did.
You know what I wore?
You don't wear
Diapers.
underwear, bro.
I
It's disgusting.
went from diapers to boxers, which are essentially just
So you
longer shorts.
You mean
At what age
shitting
were you
diapers
wearing
to
boxers?
shitting your boxers?
Like literally like 4th and 5th grade, like boxers. I was like, yo, I'm gonna wear boxers. Because I was like, I don't want to wear tighty whities because it's like, I'm like, Dad wore tighty whities.
Most
Dad.
guys, I would say, wear tighty whities until about 3 weeks into middle school. Once you get
Absolutely not. I didn't never.
No.
Bro, I wore the fucking Walmart like buy one get two free
Stop
with
it.
weird patterns.
throw a poll up on Have Another One on Instagram today.
Fine, I'll throw it up.
When you stopped wearing tighty whities.
No. Boy, did you wear tighty whities through elementary school?
Yeah.
That's what it should be because
Yeah.
that's a fair cutoff.
Totally.
You stopped at some point. In middle
Most
school.
people 2 to 3 weeks
No
into
way.
6th grade,
I'm
or
saying
when you
right
go to
now,
middle school, when you start
you change
changing
in
in
the
front
locker
of
room and
that's
get
when you start seeing
humiliated.
people with boxers, and you're like, I'm wearing fucking tighty whities. No, throwing them all out.
Yo, I'm not.
That's generally what
I'm not
happens.
trying to sound cool. I'm not cool at all. Like I have a very
You're wearing a
enormous
blanket.
forehead.
You're cold
I'm
in
wearing
your
my
own
mom's
home.
blanket because I'm like a little bit chilly, but not like so cold. A little bit. I never wore tighty whities.
Got it. All I'm going to say, though, and this could be the last thing, is what we pulled from this was you said that you started wearing boxers in 4th or 5th grade. You went from
100%.
diapers to boxers, meaning you wore diapers until 4th grade.
End of third grade.
Cool. Just wanted to
End of
confirm
third grade. Because
Because
you
who
know.
wants to shit in the toilet?
no, because like it's awkward.
Because I made boom boom.
Yo, thank you for coming, dude.
You got it,
We'll have you back on again, obviously.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Love it.
You're the fucking
Great
man.
sesh.
David
Thank
Otey
you.
Love you
Fit.
guys.
Follow him. He's the fucking man. Follow us, HAO Show, official, the whole shit. You know where to find us, or you don't know where to find us, and that's fine, and we don't care really that much, but appreciate you guys tuning in. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Later.